What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. You know, guys, Amber Rose came out in the mid or later 2000s. I remember Amber Rose at that time, and I want to say, Amber Rose is exceptionally beautiful, especially in her heyday. All right, she's still very pretty now, but at the time, I mean, she was running everything. Very beautiful young lady, and everybody wanted Amber Rose. Now, if we're going to be honest, she's not, let's say, as savvy as Kim Kardashian or anything like that, or not as classy as, let's say, Melissa Ford. But Amber Rose didn't really have like any real talent. Let's say, like, you know, acting, she was quite terrible. Singing, she couldn't do that. But just opinionated, like she's very good at running her mouth, right? And she just looks great. She's just built for the spotlight somehow, just like Kim Kardashian, and that we can't get around. But unfortunately, Amber Rose had a lot of opportunities that most women cannot get. Number one, you're exceptionally beautiful. Number two, all the guys want you. You had a shot at Kanye. Of course, Kanye, I believe, is crazy, okay, to a certain degree. But then after that, you get with what's the guy, Wiz Khalifa. Now, at the time, Wiz Khalifa was still highly sought after. I don't like his music. I think his music is terrible. I've always felt like Wiz Khalifa was terrible as an artist. But we cannot deny the impact that Wiz Khalifa had in his heyday. He was the truth, okay? So with that being said, we have that. But now, let's also deal with something else. Then it was 21 Savage, all right? Then a whole bunch of other probably guys back and forth, and then it was the slut walk and all of that, in which she was making the guy look like a complete simp. It was terrible, all right? So then there was this guy who ended up with Cher, Edward Alexander. Now, Edward Alexander is with Def Jam. Now, if you look at the progression of her relationships, each guy made less and less and less money, all right? Less and less money. That's what we're dealing with that, okay? Less and less money. I don't know why that is. And then also that whole slut walk thing, for a lot of guys, it kind of put her in a position, I feel like, you know, it was just like, okay, I can hang out with you, but I don't want to be with you. So, and then obviously what happened is she got older. Nothing is wrong with her now, but the competition got better. So somebody like her who's a staunch feminist, a woman like her who's not going to bring a whole lot of value to a lot of guys that she wants, she kind of got pushed to the side, right? And when you have less demand, nobody wants to deal with you. You start talking in nonsensical terms, like we're going to hear Amber Rose talk about right now. This is from her on the Sofia with an F podcast. Let's continue.
I want to be single for the rest of my life.
No, I feel that. Yeah. It's scary.
No,
it's really, really scary. Mm-hmm. So are you dating right now?
No, not really. I don't want to share my house or my life with anyone.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone around my kids. I don't want to have
You don't?
No.
What? Wait, why?
Amber, let me see the front one more time.
So guys, you've heard that from the Sofia with an F podcast. So what she's saying is she doesn't want to date men. She doesn't want to have any sexual encounters with men. She doesn't want men in the house. She doesn't want men around her kids. Which, I mean, if we're going to be honest, what man, because you were begging for a man just 5 months ago that was also an atheist and would love you and treat you nice. But see, Amber Rose, the kind of lady that you are, you turn off the kind of man that you want by the way you act, okay? It's not a beauty thing. It's the way you behave. You have not changed your behavior in 15 years, 20 years. at least since you've been on in the hip hop world. You haven't changed like the whole little thing that happened on Drink Champs and stuff like that. I mean, it's just like nobody wants to deal with you that has any money. And you find this out quite frequently. Women can come around and say many different things about they're single by choice. They don't want to deal with anybody. But it's hard for you to say that when you're at the end of your run. It's almost like Terrell Owens. Now, if you're somebody like Barry Sanders, the running back for the Detroit Lions back in the day, you retire at the height of your career, which is something that Michael Jordan did, which is something that John Elway did. He won 2 back-to-back Super Bowls and they retired. Then you can do that. But when you're Amber Rose and every guy has gotten worse and your new guy is dealing with Cher, now you're disgusted by men. But are you not disgusted with your choices? Number one, many guys are not looking to be around your kids in the first place. Most guys don't want to do that. Most guys don't want to be in your house. Not no real man. Not no man who has money. They could care less about that. Okay? Who wants to be there? You're talking about guys who probably have nothing to offer you or you're unattracted to. That's in your DMs. Those are the guys you're unattracted to. But the guys who really have something going on are not even thinking about you. That's the real part. And for women out there who kind of think like that, let me let you in on a secret. Just like you have opportunities if you're attractive, the guys that you would somehow think that you would want to deal with also have opportunities. And they're busy doing what they're doing. Like, I don't know what it is with women. Like, I don't want these guys around my kids. And like the guys that you are like interested in, they probably don't even want to deal with somebody that may have children. I'm not saying that they won't, but it's a good possibility that they don't. And when you're 39 years old and you have the track record that Amber Rose has, a lot of guys can look at that and say, I don't really want that energy in my life. And she's good to look at. She's very pretty. But why would I want to deal with that if I don't have to? I can deal with somebody that is not as exposed to the industry that she was. And I can deal with somebody who I feel is going to have some level of respect for me. You understand that? Like, I want a woman who's going to do something for me nice or contribute to the relationship. But you can clearly think about Amber Rose and see, like, I don't think this woman can contribute. So let me not deal with her at all. I'm wasting my time. This is how most men feel. They're not going to tell it, but then they don't. And Amber Rose knows it because all the guys you'd be interested in are gone. They're gone. They're not there. They're gone. No man is sitting back saying, you know what? I want to get with Amber Rose and all of her issues that I've seen over the years, having with guys, being exposing different guys. She can't even keep this guy that was dealing with her the last time. He left her for Cher, who's 76 years old. I'm signing up for that when there's so many other opportunities for, out there in the dating world. Like, a lot of times ladies have bad attitudes and it really kills the opportunities you would have with men. Like, a lot of men don't want to deal with poor attitudes from women every day and to have a negative outlook on life. Like, that's one of the things that no matter how pretty you are, if you have a negative outlook on life, it really makes a lot of guys not want to deal with you at all. All right. You're negative. You come off as being rude and abrasive. Guys that have something to offer are going to pass that up. And then nobody wants to be looking like a joke. Like, oh, you're dating Amber Rose. Well, yeah, I've seen what she's been doing to these other guys. Is this what you want? And what do guys say? No. Guys have choice. But when you don't have a choice, you want to act like you have the choice not to date anymore. You can say it to the guys that you don't want. But nope. But at the same time, I just don't think people are knocking on the door looking for Amber Rose like that anymore. Because what is Amber Rose offering to these men? Obviously, not even much to the last guy. He went to Cher. He was cheating on you with every different lady. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.